Okay, so get ready because today we're diving into the future, a future where your phone, yeah, your phone becomes this AI powerhouse, all thanks to Meta's brand new Llama 3.2.
Llama 3.2.
Yeah, have you heard about this?
Oh yeah, it's been all the buzz.
It's like AI in your pocket now.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not even just about the size, right? It's what they managed to keep in it while they were shrinking it down. Like
Okay.
they've distilled it to this core AI thing that can fit in your pocket.
I love that. We actually have this super cool article from Wheel. It's a Japanese AI company, and they go way beyond just the headlines. They actually rolled up their sleeves and they put Llama 3.2 through its paces. They did like real world tests. The results are really impressive.
Yeah, it's one thing to be able to talk about it, but to actually see what it can do.
Exactly. So, first things first, pocket-sized AI. So Llama 3.2 has these lightweight models now that are designed to run locally, like on your smartphone. No more relying on these huge data centers.
Yeah, which is huge.
It's all happening right there in the palm of your hand.
Think about what that means for a second, right? All that data that, we're always worried about sending up to the cloud and who has it, all that stuff. Imagine the power of AI is now analyzing your financial data, or helping you make investment decisions, or even personalizing your health plan, all without your data ever leaving your phone.
That's huge EE. No more worrying about your data floating around in the cloud. It's all yours, all secure. But hold on, it's not just about shrinking things down. Llama 3.2 is also expanding its horizons in some pretty mind-blowing ways. The article talks about how these larger models, the 11B and the 90B parameter ones, are multimodal. You know what that means?
Multimodal.
They understand both text and images
Oh, wow.
at the same time.
It's like giving AI another sense.
Yes.
It can experience the world in a whole new way. And they actually give this really interesting example in the article. They showed Llama 3.2 a picture, and you guessed it, it's a cat.
Had to be a cat.
But it wasn't just about recognizing that it was a cat, right? Llama 3.2, it picked up on the cat's pose, the lighting. It even described the feeling of tranquility in the image.
Wait, it got the vibe. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Even I can't always put those kinds of feelings into words.
Right. I mean, it's just this great example of how multimodality is pushing AI beyond just recognizing objects. It can actually interpret and understand the world more like we do.
Okay, so we're talking next level AI here. But how did Meta manage to do this? The article gets a little technical, but, in a good way. They use some really clever techniques like pruning and knowledge distillation to make these models small and faster without sacrificing, their performance.
So imagine taking this massive encyclopedia, right? And you're able to condense all of the key information into just a few cheat sheets, but then somehow it's even smarter. That's essentially what Meta did with this knowledge distillation. They trained smaller AI models on the output of larger ones. So they're inheriting all of this knowledge, but in a much more efficient package.
Okay, that's seriously cool. It's like taking a sports car, stripping it down to the essentials, but then ending up with something even faster and more agile. And the best part is this efficiency. This isn't just about making our phones a little faster, right? It has these major implications for the future of AI.
This is huge for making AI more accessible. It reduces its environmental footprint, and then it just paves the way for even more powerful AI on even smaller devices in the future.
It's like a win-win-win. I love it when that happens. But it gets even more interesting. The article highlights how Llama 3.2 is being released with something called a community license. So it's not just Meta calling all the shots. It's open for developers to play with and experiment with and build upon.
That's where things get really revolutionary. Anyone from seasoned developers to just people who are hobbyists can take this really powerful AI engine and just customize it for their own needs.
So instead of a handful of companies controlling this technology, it becomes more of a collaborative playground for innovation.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
And with that, all these possibilities open up. We could see this surge in personalized AI applications, tools designed to solve very specific problems, maybe even entirely new industries popping up around this technology.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we need to talk about how Llama 3.2 stacks up against the competition. This Wheel article mentions some benchmarks, and it seems like Llama, especially the big 90B model, is going head-to-head with some heavy hitters.
They weren't messing around. They put it up against some big names like Claude and GPT-4 Mini and some of those head-to-head matchups. Llama 3.2 came out on top.
Whoa, hold on. They actually beat out the competition. Like, what were these tests even measuring? Was it like an AI rap battle? Give me the details.
Haha, no, not quite a rap battle,
Okay.
but just as intense, in the AI world.
Okay.
These benchmarks were all about visual reasoning. So, like, how well AI can, like, quote-unquote, look at an image
Okay.
and actually understand what's going on,
Oh,
not just, like, spitting out a list of objects.
right. Okay, so we're talking about AI that can actually, like, interpret a scene, connect the dots, like, really draw conclusions based on what it's actually seeing. That's next level stuff.
Exactly. And the fact that Llama 3.2, especially that 90B model, really excelled in this area suggests that Meta isn't just catching up.
Yeah.
They're actually pushing the boundaries of how AI understands visual information, especially when you combine it with text.
This is all incredibly cool, but I'm dying to know, what did these tests actually look like? Like, did they just show Llama 3.2 a bunch of random pictures? Tell me they showed it a cat picture.
Of course they did.
Okay.
It's like a rite of passage for any new AI.
Right.
But they didn't just stop there. The WLL article, they actually walk through some hands-on testing with Llama 3.2.
Okay.
And they really got into the weeds, which I really appreciate.
Okay, so walk me through it. What kind of pictures are we talking, and what were the results? Spill the AI tea.
Okay, so they started with the Llama 3.2 11B model, the one that handles both the text and images. They showed it a picture of a cat, but it wasn't just any cat picture.
Oh, right.
This was, like, strategically chosen, the cat's pose, the environment, like all the stuff in the background. It was all very carefully considered.
Oh, so they were really trying to see if Llama 3.2 could do more than just say, like, hey, look, it's a fluffy feline.
Yes.
They wanted to know if it could understand the whole picture, like all the nuances.
Exactly. And let me tell you, Llama 3.2 did not disappoint.
Okay.
It described the cat's pose, the lighting, even the sense of tranquility the image conveyed.
Hold on, it sensed the tranquility. That's wild. Even I can barely sense tranquility, and like I'm at the spot.
It's pretty remarkable. It shows how AI is getting better, not just recognizing objects anymore, but understanding subtle details, even emotions that are conveyed through images. But then it gets even more impressive.
Yeah.
They then showed Llama 3.2 a financial chart.
Okay, so like from Zen cats to Wall Street chaos, that's quite a jump. What were they hoping to learn from that?
This was the real test, right?
Yeah.
To see its visual reasoning abilities,
Yeah.
because a financial chart isn't just about recognizing like lines and numbers, right?
Right.
It's about understanding abstract concepts.
Yeah.
Growth, decline, volatility.
For sure.
It requires a whole other level of comprehension.
So how'd Llama 3.2 do? Was it able to like navigate the stock market maze? Did it give us any hot stock tips?
No hot stock tips, unfortunately. But it was able to identify and describe like the key elements of the chart, like the axes, the trends, even potential areas of like significance.
Wow. So it actually extracted like meaning from a visual representation of data. That has huge implications like for so many fields.
Huge. Imagine just like snapping a picture of a really complex scientific graph.
Right.
And having Llama 3.2 just like explain it to you in a way that like you or I could understand.
Totally
Or
right.
taking a photo of like your portfolio and then getting like a plain language summary of its performance.
It's like having an AI expert right there in your pocket, ready to decipher like the whole world around you.
Exactly.
So we talked about those larger models, but what about those smaller, lightweight models that are specifically designed for our phones? Surely those can't handle like all that visual, wizardry.
Yeah. Don't underestimate them, though. While those smaller models, they might not have all the bells and whistles of the larger counterparts.
Right.
They're no slouches when it comes to language processing.
Okay.
And in fact, the Whale article, they actually dive into how well the Llama 3.2 1B model performs on text-based tasks.
Yeah.
And get this, they threw like a multilingual challenge at it.
Ooh, things are getting spicy. So they were testing if it could understand and then generate text, but in multiple languages. That's impressive for humans, let alone.
Right. And so they gave it a prompt in English and then asked it to respond in Japanese.
Wow.
This tested both its language comprehension, right?
Right.
But then also its generation abilities
Yeah.
across very different linguistic structures.
So did it pass the test? Was it fluent in Japanese? Could it order sushi like a pro?
Well, I'm not sure about its sushi ordering skills,
Okay.
but it aced the translation test. It accurately captured the prompt's intent
Wow.
and then provided a really thoughtful response in fluent Japanese.
That's incredible. Imagine all the possibilities traveling to a foreign country, having real-time translations, being able to effortlessly communicate with locals no matter what language they're speaking.
It's like having a universal translator just right there in your pocket.
Totally.
But I think it goes like even beyond breaking down language barriers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really opens up doors for cultural exchange,
Yeah.
understanding different perspectives, connecting with people on like a much deeper level.
It's starting to feel less like a tech upgrade and more like a bridge between people, don't you think?
I completely agree. And that brings us to, I think, a really crucial point that the Wheel article really emphasizes the importance of accessibility and the democratization of AI.
Accessibility and democratization of AI. It sounds like, something you'd hear at like a big tech keynote speech,
Yeah.
but it's actually a really powerful idea when you think about it.
Yeah.
So break it down for me. What does that actually mean for like everyday people like you and me?
So it means making sure that this incredible technology, it doesn't just benefit like a select few, right? It's available to everyone.
Okay.
And that means, making it affordable, accessible on a wide range of devices, and of course, easy to use.
So not just some expensive toy for like, big corporations or like tech
Mm.
geniuses.
Exactly. Imagine if anyone, like, it doesn't matter what your technical skills are, it doesn't matter, like, your income level, everyone has access to AI that can help them communicate better, help them understand complex information,
Yeah.
or even just make their lives a little bit easier.
Okay, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the possibilities. And it sounds like, Meta's like open approach with Llama 3.2 could play a big role in making this like vision a reality.
Absolutely. By making this technology more open, more accessible,
Yeah.
Allows developers, researchers all over the world to build on it, customize it, and then create solutions that are tailored to like really specific needs.
So instead of just a handful of companies like kind of controlling this really powerful technology,
Yeah.
it becomes more of a collective effort
Yeah.
where everyone's contributing and everyone's benefiting.
Totally.
I love that.
It's like the difference between having a few like exclusive clubs
Yeah.
and then just this giant open park
Yeah.
that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah.
Everyone can learn from it and then contribute to making it even better.
Now, that's an analogy I can get behind. Okay, but let's shift gears for a second. Let's talk about the future. We've seen what Llama 3.2 can do, but where do we go from here? What's next for AI?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
But based on like the trends that we're seeing,
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that we can expect AI to become even more integrated into our lives.
Okay.
But in a way that feels much more seamless, more intuitive.
So less like we're interacting with like a separate like AI
Mhm.
and more like, we're just using technology that's just like smart and helpful.
Exactly. I mean, and imagine a world where your devices anticipate your needs, where language is no longer a barrier, where you can access and understand any information instantly, no matter what format it's in.
It sounds both incredibly exciting and a little bit intimidating, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like we're on the verge of something massive here.
It's a brave new world out there. But, change can be a little unsettling, for sure.
For sure.
But I think the important thing is that, we have a say in how this technology shapes our future.
That's a good point. It's not just about like passively accepting whatever advancements come along. It's about like actively shaping how we want to use these tools and making sure that they're used responsibly.
100%. And that's why, these deep dives
Yeah.
that we're doing are so important
Mhm.
because by understanding these technologies,
Totally.
understanding their capabilities, their potential impact, it allows us to make informed decisions and really kind of guide their development in a direction that benefits, everyone.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, as they say.
Yes.
And the more we know about AI, the better equipped we'll be to like navigate this exciting and perhaps slightly unnerving future. But hey, at least we might be able to order sushi and fluent Japanese along the way, right?
That's something to look forward to.
It really is. So as we wrap up our deep dive today into Llama 3.2, the one big takeaway I really hope you walk away with is this. The future of AI isn't just about like bigger, more powerful models. It's
Mhm.
about efficiency. It's about
Mhm.
accessibility. And it's about democratization. It's about making sure that this incredible technology empowers everyone and helps us build a better, more connected world.
Well said. And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought-provoking question. How could you use a pocket-sized AI that understands both text and images to solve a problem, enhance your work, or simply make your life more enjoyable? The possibilities, they're truly endless.